I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I know that I am. It's good to see you. I got a good amount of sleep last night, so I'm feeling my hair is I'm feeling hyped. I got cute little bows in my hair. I'm ready to go. We are going to do something so different today that I'm really excited for because I've never done it. We're going to rank characters. I did steal this idea from Brandon Glovich. If you don't know who that is, go check him out. He's amazing, great content creator. If you like Kingdom Hearts, you're in the right place. But he did smash or pass on all of the Heartless ever. And I was like, that's so funny, I should do that. But then because we're playing Crisis Core, I was like, wait a minute, we should rank the Final Fantasy characters based on how gay they are. Because it's also Pride Month. Happy Pride, everybody! Before we jump in, how are we doing? How was the rest of your week? Got any plans this weekend? Hello, welcome in. Scarlett, welcome, my darling. Jan, Bond, Shu, Fan, welcome. How's everyone's week going? How's everyone's, God, it's hot. That's all I can tell you for here is it's so hot. I mean, it's Arizona, so of course it's hot, but, it's just miserable. I took Oreo out, and she immediately looked at me like, what is this? I was like, I'm sorry, girl. We went outside, and she looked at me, and she was like, what the fuck are you doing to me? And I was like, I know. I know. I'm so sorry. This is where we live. This is the way it is. It is just this hot. Lazy weekend. We love a lazy weekend. Lazy weekends are fantastic. Those are my ideal weekends, actually. It's like a nice, we stream and then we have a little reset time. That's what's ideal for me. What about anybody else? How's your weekends been? Any plans? Should we jump right into it? It's been a very hot. Whoa! Oh my god! Whoa! Katie! Oh my god, Katie, thank you! Did anybody else hear? Did we hear the alerts go off? Because I didn't hear an alert go off. I just saw it in chat. Is that just me? That is pretty important if the alerts did or didn't go off. Katie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for gifting subs today. I really appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Welcome on in, Spaghetti Squash, Bond, Fabio, Elanin, and Joshua, for now welcome being subscribers. Don't apologize, Katie. You have nothing to apologize for. I love you and I appreciate you. Let's see if I can find out why these notifications aren't going off. Stream no! Immediately. Oh my god, can somebody unban? Can somebody unban Bond, please? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, where's my... Oh, you know why? Because it's not on this page. It's on the solo stream page. I never... Is that true? I never moved it? Unsure. Oh, wait. There we go. Alerts. Properties. It looks like it's working. Notifications. All right, that's gonna be tomorrow's problem. That's tomorrow Kelly's problem. Why isn't it working? I don't know. I never know. I'm just here to have funny haha times, okay? Tech out of my control. Is my sound on? Yeah, my sound is on. Okay, all right. Omega, welcome. You made it. Yeah, we haven't even gotten started yet. We're certainly, we're just, oh my God, words. We're just, having tech issues. We're just having some scuff, pre-stream scuff, getting it out of the way now. I promise there will not be any more. Did anyone else forget they made rice last evening? Oh no! I'm so sorry, Jan. I'm so sorry. I've never made rice in my Instant Pot. I have a rice cooker, so I never have done that before. I don't have the experience of that. But that sounds rough. But you should be careful because there is a thing, and I don't know, someone back me up on this if this is true. This might be wrong. But there is a thing where it's like if you eat rice that sat out for like a couple hours, there's like a bacteria that can grow on it. It can be really bad and can kill you. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But I swear to God I read that somewhere. That you have to be careful about putting rice away. I don't know. So don't eat it. Because you'll die. I don't want you to die, Jan. I was bit. Yeah, want to thank Katie. Yes, thank you, Katie. I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry. Stream Elements hates everybody. That's also the scuff. We got to start with scuff. And so we got it out of the way. Exactly. And then so you guys not getting banned. Exactly. All right. Well, with that, I think we're gonna jump in and we're gonna get started. We are ranking the Final Fantasy VII characters based on how gay they are. This came to me when I was sleep deprived and in the shower, and I was like, I can barely stay awake. That's what I need to do. And it's been in my mind ever since, and here we are. I just felt like it needed to be done. It needed to happen. Everyone can see where my mouse is. We can all see the screen. We can see all the characters on there. Yeah. You also need to wash it. Yeah, you do also need to wash your rice. But yeah, I've got a couple here. I don't know how long this stream is gonna go. Part of me is like, is this gonna go like a lot? I don't know, longer, shorter. I don't know. We're just gonna let it be. You know what I mean? Obviously, I want you guys to be involved. Give me your opinions. You know, what are you feeling? Like, you can be like, Kelly, no, but I'm like, you know, this is a collaborative effort in my mind. I make a lot of videos by myself. So this is like a video we get to make together as a community in my mind. So speak up, write in. Hey, welcome. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Perseration for this stream and this stream only. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you being there, Walnut, because that means you're gonna have the best opinions. That means that you're gonna get fresh in your mind. And of course I know that I have worn this Zach Fair shirt so much. But in my defense, we're playing Crisis Core, and it's a Final Fantasy VII ranking stream. So I was like, I'm wearing a dress, and I was like, no, I gotta wear the Zach Fair shirt. I have no choice. All right, let's jump into it. I feel like the first thing we should start with, it's gotta be Cloud. It's gotta be Cloud Strife. What is Cloud Strife to us? Part of me thinks closeted. Part of me wants to put him in closeted because I feel like he's in denial. I feel like he's like, we kissed but my socks were on, so it's not gay. I feel like he's like, yeah, I sucked dick once, but it was behind an alley and nobody saw, and so it doesn't count. But I like women. Women are great. I like women. I think he's closeted bi. He's closeted bi. Okay, he's not closeted gay. He's closeted bisexual. That's a very important distinctive to know. You know what I mean? He knows he likes women. He knows women are like a win for him. Like obviously like Aerith, Tifa, Jessie, you know what I mean? But he looks at men and he's like, whoa. He sees Reno's low-cut shirt and he looks a little bit too long. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a boy kisser. He's a boy kisser 100%. Him and Zach shared some intimate moments and he was like, like he liked it. He liked it a lot. But I think he comes from a small town, right? Nibelheim's a small country town, which means there's got to be a lot of internalized homophobia going on there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it's a small town. It's a country town. I think definitely. Oh, welcome in 7. Welcome in. Yeah, they're all gay. Are you leading Ace? Yeah. I think Cloud is definitely, yeah, small town. Yeah. Nobody was accepting. He couldn't be himself. You know what I mean? I feel like even at a young age, Tifa was like, Cloud, it's okay. It's okay that we have a crush on the same guy. And he's like, but I don't like guys like that. But like, he closes his eyes at night and he fantasizes. Okay, hold on. We should put, okay, we're going to make a lot of changes. We're going to do closeted bi / ace. That's what Cloud is. Cloud is closeted bi / ace. That's what I think. Does he style his hair that way or wake up? That's important. He styles his hair that way. I fully believe this. He styles it. And that is the fruity part of him. You know what I mean? If you've played the games, especially the remakes, you know he puts a lot of effort into his appearance. You know, his hair, and his outfit, his gloves. Like, he's accessorizing. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if he matches the materia colors in his sword to his outfit that day. He's like, maybe I need cure, but like, Thunder would look so good with these earrings that I'm wearing. But he would never admit it. You know what I mean? I do agree asexual. I do agree Cloud, absolutely asexual. I think demi-romantic, personally. You know, he doesn't feel a romantic attraction unless there's a really strong emotional connection. Like, he might be like, oh, they're nice, but like, you know what I mean? I notice it, like he, oh, God, okay, hold on. We're going to be making a lot of edits as we go. Yeah, closeted bi ace demi. I think that's exactly it. He's got a lot going on. You know what I mean? But he doesn't know how to handle it. And he's having identity issues. So, you know what I mean? He's in the closet for now. We're going to help him. You know, I believe that, like, Tifa is the best for everybody. So I think that this could really be good for him. Like, gonna help him come out. Was it Smasher? But yeah, Smasher past Cloud. Yeah, he dreams about Sephiroth. And I believe that these dreams haunt him, not just because of the Genova cells, because he dreams of Sephiroth and he's like, whoa, he's kind of hot. Whoa, wait, what? Well, and Sephiroth is kind of hot. If we're being completely fair, he is kind of hot. So, yeah, I think that, like, you know what I mean? He had these feelings for Zack and now the Sephiroth things. And I do wonder, because as we're playing Crisis Core, Zack and Sephiroth were kind of friends, you know what I mean? And I wonder if, like, being Zack and being in Zack's mind, but then now seeing Sephiroth, like, is he projecting feelings from that he felt towards Zack from Zack onto you know what I mean? Oh my God, it's complicated. Cloud's complicated, you know what I mean? But he's definitely in the closet. If for the only reason that he has no idea who he is. That's my opinion. All right, next. Let's see. Oh God, this is hard. These are all good ones though. Oh yeah, no, you're right, Fen. Who hasn't thought about Sephiroth at least one? We gotta go with Jesse. This is a hard one for me. This is a hard one for me because I think Jesse is polyamorous. I do. I think her, actually, we'll put them all in here. I think her, Biggs, and Wedge are in some kind of polyamorous relationship. Whether they know it or not. No, I think they do know it, and they want Cloud to be their fourth. And I'm going to stand by that. I believe, right, and you should say it. I believe that, like, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge in the first Final Fantasy remake, I think that they were all flirting with Cloud in their own separate way. They all got together and they were like, we're going to try different tactics on Cloud to get him to fall in love with us, and we'll see which one works the best. You know what I mean? But the goal is he's not going to fall in love with one of us. He's going to fall in love with all of us. You know what I mean? And then we got the cats. He's going to become a cat dad. You know what I mean? They were going to get a house in the slums together. Like, they were envisioning a future with him. I think Tifa was a little bit like, guys, I don't know. And they were like, no, Tifa, don't worry. It's polyamorous Cloud Strife. Which I don't, if I was polyamorous and I saw Cloud Strife, I would also want him in my polycule. You know what I mean? Whether I was satisfied with my partners or not, I would just want Cloud Strife. If nothing else, for the interestingness of it. You know what I mean? There's never a boring day with Cloud Strife. There's never a moment where you're like, things are normal and peaceful. There's always something happening. Like, think about this. They live in the Midgar slums. They're part of a rebellious organization. You know, life's kind of monotonous. You know, we go, we do missions. What's the meaning of life? Whatever the fuck's going on with Cloud. That's what I'm saying. Sammy Sephiroth, his name was Daddy. Yeah. He's he also known as Daddy. I'm gonna say, go with Hojo first. Hojo's a straight man. Hojo's a disgusting straight man. Hojo uses 3-in-1 body wash, hair wash. Hojo does not clip his toenails. Hojo doesn't wash his face. I believe Hojo doesn't shower regularly because he gets into the, like, you know, the science experiments. And then he's like, no, I can't. I must. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happens to him. He's straight derogatory. I don't think he's the only straight one here. I do think there are more straight people here, but I do think that a gay man, I don't know. I don't see it. You know what? Wait a minute. What's like, no, I lied. I think he's asexual. Wait a minute. I'm cooking. Okay, hear me out. He doesn't care about sex. He doesn't care about women or men. He cares about science. He never even loved Lucrezia. He just wanted to knock her up to make Sephiroth. And she's like, oh my God, I love you. And he's like, that's great, babe. And then, like, sprinkles a little Genova cells onto her belly, correct? Question mark. I think he's asexual. I think that, like, his ideal population is asexual reproduce. I mean, obviously we said that with, like, Genesis and everything, you know what I mean? Although that was Hollander, whatever, you get it. I believe he's asexual. I believe he's aromantic. I believe that he doesn't give a damn. He's an asshole, yes, but I truly believe that. I think he, oh my God, I'm so right. Yeah, he's Arrow Ace. Hold on, we gotta put Arrow Ace. We're gonna have to make so many of these categories, you guys, because I'm gonna start making custom categories for everybody here. Yeah, if he could perform it, he would. Yes! Walnut, yes! Yes. And that's why Lucrezia was like, I love you, and he was like, yes, that's nice. And also, I feel like, does he have the capacity to love? You know, because we look at things with Sephiroth. I think he loved Sephiroth in the way that he could best. But that was not very good. You know, that was a kind of a shitty way. Oh my God, yeah. Next, Arrow Ace. I'm sorry that we hate to see bad Arrow Ace representation because we don't want to see bad guys. But I do think it's true that he just doesn't have that interest in anybody. Okay. I think this is a hard one for me. Because we're looking at Reno. My first thought is to say gay straight out. But he's also very bisexual. He could also be a straight guy. You know, he's got that rat boy raccoon energy. He could fit anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's very confusing. He's not questioning. He knows what he is. All right? But he might... Maybe he's closeted. Hear me out. Okay. All right. Hear me out. Maybe he's closeted. Hold on. I gotta make a new Oh, good heavens. I gotta make a new category. Let's do add row below. Oh my god. Okay. And we're gonna put this as closeted poly. Closeted poly. Let's move this down. Let's color code them. That's just for my... I just like a good color coding. Oh no. Oh no. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. I lost it. All right, let's make you... We're gonna make you this darker blue. Okay, great. Okay, it's color coded. All right. Hey, here we go. He's a sexual chameleon. Yes. Okay. All right. I think Reno is closeted poly. Okay, here's why. I believe Reno's the kind of guy who's like, yeah, I get bitches. I love women, but he's also in a homosexual romantic relationship with Rude. And here's how this worked out. And Rude, we're going to put as poly. Rude's not closeted. Rude knows what he is, okay? Rude's bi and poly, because he's poly with Reno, obviously. You know what I mean? Here's what happened. I'm gonna paint a picture for you. One night, okay, Reno brought it was like that scene, okay. You guys know that SNL song where it's like, it's okay when it's in a three-way. It's not gay when it's in a three-way. I believe that there was some girl and she was like, I want both of you. And Reno was like, yeah, I mean, I want to get laid and she's hot, right? And Rude was like, yes, of course. But Rude's also like harbored feelings for Reno for a long time. You know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, whatever. But I believe that when Reno was in bed with Rude and this woman, he was like really into Rude. And I think he's never really admitted that. He's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like he like started to ignore the woman there and he was like Rude. And I believe that they're in a romantic relationship. He's just not ready to admit it. You know, like Rude would go out and be like, this is my husband Reno. And it's like, whoa, I mean, but then he also, like when he's at his darkest points, he goes to his husband Rude for support, for love, for care. I believe Reno is very insecure. He has an anxious attachment style, you know, and Rude is that steady force for him. He's like a rooted tree, you know what I mean? And like Reno kind of goes around and like maybe they fuck other people, you know what I mean? They're open, they're poly. I don't know if I call it poly, I think I'd call it open. No, they're like open. Yeah, they're like open poly closeted. God, this is getting confusing. But no, listen, sexuality is so many things and can be so many things. Who are we to define it? You know what I mean? The life is about discovering who you are, and that can change as you go. But I believe that he's yeah, and these guys would also be poly and open, because they want cloud in there. I would say they're not poly committed, they're poly open. You know what I mean? Like they can go with the people. I lied. No, these guys are just poly. Open poly closeted. Jan's right now. I'm blowing Jan's mind right now. Yeah, Fen, you're right. Reno and Rude have been together for 100 years. All right. Rude's in a committed relationship with Reno. Rude is 100% committed to Reno. Reno's like, no, I mean, I'm seeing, you know what I mean? And Rude's okay with that because Rude knows that Reno's kind of going through it. Reno needs to have time to figure this out. I know, Shu, I know! It's going to be a long-ass list, okay, that's all I'm going to say. Who else renamed their oven milk? Oh, hey, Hats, welcome in! Okay, yeah, no, that's what I believe. I'm going to stick by it. I think that Reno 100% loves Rude, is not ready to admit that he loves Rude, is not ready to bring Rude into his life that way, but they live together, they sleep together, they do 3 ways together. Rude is in love with Reno. We also know Rude's in love with Tifa a little bit, but I think that Rude is a little bit more loyal. Rude is kind of hoping that Reno will get into Tifa, and then they can be a polyamorous with Reno, Rude, and Tifa, which is also something I'd like to be a part of. Whoa, that's crazy. And I think that's Rude's biggest biggest goal outside of Reno. But if Reno was like, no, I don't want to share you, Rude would be like, of course, babe, of course. Again, Reno's got the insecure attachment style. He goes up and he's like, babe, do you even like me? Babe, I don't even know. And Rude's like, of course I do. Of course I do. But then Reno goes out and he's like, I'm so cool and confident. Fuck everybody. Then he's like a one night stand. And then he goes back to Rude and he's like, I don't even think she liked me. I don't know. This is exactly how I see them. Yeah, I think that's it. I think Rude is committed to Reno, unless it's a three-way or it's Tifa. But even then, he'd want Reno to be like, you know, you good with this? You want to be in this with me? And Reno would probably be like, yes. Because Reno wants to be with Rude, but is too afraid to have a sexual one-on-one experience with Rude himself. I believe there was a Turk party at the Shinra headquarters. I believe that Reno and Rude got wasted. I believe they explored each other's bodies. And I believe that Reno remembers every bit of it, but was like, oh, that's crazy. No, I don't remember, you know, whatever. And Rude knows he remembers. Rude's not going to say anything. Because he might be named Rude, but he's not Rude. God, it's beautiful. My God. All right. God, we have so many. I feel like Sephiroth should be the next one. What isn't? I think Sephiroth's fully gay. I do. Smash. I feel like Sephiroth is fully a gay man. You think straight, Jan? Wait, what's your reasoning? What's your reason you think he's straight? Here's what I think. I've never seen him with a woman. Until he, you know, spoiler alert, killed Aerith. He's always hanging out with men. Okay? He has two lovers who were his girlfriends, were Angeal and Genesis. He's obsessed with Cloud. You know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't, Fen is right. I've never seen Sephiroth look at a woman who isn't his mom. Do we have Angeal and Genesis on here? Oh my God, did I add them? We gotta add them on there. That's very, hold on, that's very important. Hold on, I'm gonna get some images of them. Angeal, we gotta rank them as well. I can't believe I lost them. Are they there? No, I don't see them. Okay, let's get those up. But I do believe that he's gay. I don't believe he's bi. I think maybe he had I think he was raised straight. You know what I mean? He was raised as an experiment. And so, you know, of course, Hoj was always like, you have to reproduce, and you know what I mean? And Sephiroth, he's the golden boy. He did what he was told all the time. But I do think he's into men exclusively. I know, fake ass fan. Avoiding women is a classic awkward straight behavior. That is true. That is true. Oh my God, I need to find a picture of Angeal, buddy. Oh my God, they're gonna make me work for it. A WebEp file? Okay, wait, I need help. Somebody in my Discord, drop a picture of Genesis and Angeal in there, so I can add them to this list. I'm gonna ask you to do that for me. If anyone can, just get a picture of them. I gotta drop them in this list. It's very important. Yeah, Sephiroth's a gay man. I believe he's been with women. I believe he's tried his best. I believe he was no, but he likes men. He doesn't want anything to do with women, to be 100% clear. He likes them. You know, they're nice, they're friends, they're friend-shaped. But, you know, I think a lot of women have thrown themselves at Sephiroth. He's the hero, you know what I mean? He's a big deal, Sephiroth. So I think that, oh yeah, come join the, oh my God, wait. Discord. Yeah, come join the Discord. We talk a lot of shit in there, and it's really weird. Okay, wait. Let me know when you drop them in. Hold on, streaming. Yes! Thank you, 7! Can I get a Let's Go Pro Gamers for 7 in the chat, please? We're getting bitches thanks to 7 and 7 alone. Okay, we got Genesis. And we got Angeal. Oh, amazing! Thank you so much! Oh my God, we got options too! Oh my God. And Bond! Thank you! Oh my God, can we get a Let's Go Pro Gamers for Bond as well? Alright, how do I add people here? Isn't there a way? Oh God. Save or download. There was some way to add people. I did it before. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Choose files. Yeah, you're getting the ad at the bottom of the screen. Editor Brisk, please cut the ad out. Also, if anyone has anything to say to Editor Brisk, please put it in the chat now. If you have any requests for Editor Brisk will be the one editing this together. So anything you want to, like, you know, give him or, like, torture him with, you know, we love Editor. In fact, we're going to put Brisk's icon in here. I think we're going to sort Editor Brisk as well. I think that's, like, the pros that come with being my editor is you get to be included. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Hey, Ellie! Oh my God! Ellie! God, what time is it even there? What time is it? My goodness. Is it like the middle of the night? I'm so happy to see you. I talked to him in forever. I think he was raised straight. Yeah, Walnut's correct. Raised straight, didn't feel anything, but he's just gay. Yeah, I agree. Amazing. I know, Katie! Listen, I'm trying to move it to Saturday so more people can participate because I know it's busy on weekdays. So I'm here. We're here. Can we get Brisk in the unknown cat? I would put Brisk in questioning, but what he's questioning is where his cats are at the moment. Because he doesn't know where they are. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, Editor Brisk. Oh, hold on. Let me bring these guys into the pool. These are the bitches I don't care about down here. I was like, I don't know them well enough. Editor Brisk is... My favorite Final Fantasy VII character is Editor Brisk. And I think Brisk is questioning. What is he questioning? We don't know. Questioning where his cats are. Questioning his life choices to edit this video. Questioning the things I asked him to edit in the video. Like, for example, right now, can you please put Sephiroth holding Oreo in his arms, also with big red lips on his face? Thank you, Editor Brisk. Yeah, questioning his sanity. Questioning sexuality, maybe? Maybe he knows. He's just questioning. The thing about Brisk Apollo, he's got nothing but questions. He's always like, what? You know what I mean? Always. So, Editor Brisk, my favorite Final Fantasy VII character. Can we skip to the 45-minute argument about Genesis? Yeah, it's 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m.? 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m.? Okay, all right. Yeah, we can go to Genesis if you want. Jan, I'll do that for you. But that's a hard one. So hear me out. He's a theater kid. There's not a lot of straight theater kids. There are bi theater kids. There are pan theater kids. There are some straight theater kids. But I do believe that him and Sephiroth and Angeal were in love with each other at one point. So, this is hard for me. This is difficult. Guys, chat, I need you to jump in here because this is really... PM! Oh my gosh, good evening, Ellie! How's your day been? What have you been up to today? You know, like, my obvious answer is bi. But, yeah, I guess bi. But I'm leaning more towards gay, actually. I don't know. I can't see him with a woman because he couldn't be with anybody prettier than he is. And that's why him and Sephiroth have beef. It's not about the Genova cells. It's not about who's the best. It's because Sephiroth is prettier than Genesis. And that's why Genesis has beef with him. You know? I feel like he's married to the hustle. Yeah. Oh! Wait a minute. I think you're right. He's like Shakespeare sexual. You know? Like, he only wants it to be classic theater or not. And if you kiss during a performance, he's allowed it. But if it's not for the art of it, I think that's what it... Okay. All right. Add a row below. Hold on. We got to give it a new color. There we go. And we're going to say Shakespeare sexual. And I think that is 100% what Genesis is. I think he's just... Jan, damn, I think you're right. That was a good clock right there. That was a good one. Yeah, no, he wants the show. You know what I mean? He wants... I know you're gonna have so many columns at the end of this. I've been working today. I hope it was a good day at work. I'm doing good. You know, we're ranking Final Fantasy VII characters. I got a Steam Deck on the way to my house. Editor Brisk is now a part of the Final Fantasy VII character cast. It's pretty exciting. But yeah, Genesis he's there for the show. He would full on. No, but he's like Shia LaBeouf. Okay, so you know, like, there's that one movie Shia LaBeouf did where he was like, babe, I have to actually have sex with her to make it an authentic performance, right? He's a method actor. So if there was a sex scene, he's gonna be like, there. He's gonna be like, we have to do it, I gotta do it for real. You know what I mean? He's an attention sexual. Yes. He's a porn star, perhaps. You know, he likes the attention. He likes, yeah. But nothing is ever really enough for him because his true love is the theater. And nothing's ever been better for him than that. I think that's true. Yeah. I think, oh God, we need another closeted. Hold on. I have so many fucking rows. Okay, we're going with pink. We're gonna go with regular closeted. And that's gonna be Angeal. Angeal is closeted. Angeal's closeted. I think he's gay fully. But again, we got the small town life. We've got the, like, you know, no, wait, hold on. You made a good point, Fen. A good musical. Genesis would want to play Mariah Reynolds in Hamilton, but he would be like, we have to have sex and cheat on your wife, Hamilton, on stage, for the drama. And Hamilton would probably be Sephiroth. And then Aaron Burr would probably be Angeal. Whoa. Guys, should we do a second one of these where we rank the Final Fantasy VII characters on what Hamilton character they would play? Wait a minute! I'm onto something here! Okay, if we have time, we're gonna Hamilton-fy everybody here. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, Angeal's closeted. Is he closeted on advertising? I believe he's closeted because I think because he has all this, like, honor and, like, you know, like, he's a lot of, like, these moral, I feel like, religious standards. You know what I mean? Like, he was raised a certain way where he doesn't think it's okay. That said, he has kissed both Genesis and Sephiroth. That said, he's always looked at women respectfully and, like, you know, women have come on to him and he's like, oh, that's so nice. And he tells himself, no, I'm not acting on it because of my honor, because I'm a, you know what I mean? But it's not because of that at all. It's because he isn't a man. But he can never admit it. I think the day he died, he could never admit it. I think that's why Zack Fair is so confused. Okay? I think the reason Zack Fair is an open bisexual, because he saw what Angeal was. That was his dad. And he was like, that's just the way things are. That's normal. And he's such a puppy that he was like, yeah! We like men and women and they-thems. I love it! You know? And he just jumped in the bag. Where Angeal was like, no, Zack, we don't like men. What are you talking about? And Zack's like, it's okay, Dad. It's okay. But then Angeal was like, I'm not gonna correct it. Yeah, also sword sexual, Fen. I think also sword sexual for sure. Yeah. God, we're 40 minutes into this. I thought it was gonna be so quick. Okay, so we can obviously put Zack in bisexual. Zack doesn't think about it too much, as we know, and we love about Zack. Zack is all about love and feelings. You know, if Zack loves you, it doesn't matter what you present as, what you identify as. Zack is there to support you and love you. Zack is the best boy. If you were, like, in a relationship and you were like, I need to come out and I think I'm trans or non-binary, you know what I mean, and we've been together, Zack would be like, let's fucking go! He'd be thrilled. Bye, Bond! He would just want to be with you. He doesn't care. He just cares that it's you. You know, he just loves you. I believe that Zack, like, is just, his heart is too big, which was his problem. You know, it's too full of love. I believe that if he could, I think he's poly, but only in a specific situation. If it was polyamorous between Aerith, him, and Cloud. Because he does love Aerith, but he does love Cloud. You know what I mean? I think he's with Aerith first, so he's going to stay loyal. But I think Aerith's a freak, as we know. And Aerith would be the one to be like, hey. And Aerith's also into Tifa, so that's how we get the 4 polyamorous together. Because Zack's just there to love. Aerith's a freak. Tifa's just wants to like make everyone get along, and Cloud's confused and will go along with anything. Yeah, yeah. Zach is openly yes, but just in general confused. Okay, I'm gonna say you might not like this one. You may not like this. I think Vincent Valentine's a straight man. I know! I know! It's like, how could you say that to me? I know. But I think he's straight. And because I don't believe... I mean, he was so hung up on Lucrezia. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, he has no self-esteem or self-worth, like every straight man I've met. Love you, straight men. But, you know... but he does have that kind of unearned confidence to like sleep in a coffin and think it's cool. He has that kind of unearned confidence to wear what he wears and think he looks good. He has the unearned confidence to not brush his hair for 100 years and be like, that's just how it is, babe. You know, I think he's, yeah, Fenn's right. He's straight, but he never moved on from his high school crush. Never, ever, ever. I believe, like, we could even say he's Lucrezia sexual if we wanted to. But I believe that he's so hung up. I don't know. I can't see him. I mean, yeah, I should have disclaimed this at the beginning. These are all just, like, for fun headcanon. So if you have a different headcanon, oh my god, yes, absolutely have it. Every headcanon is so fun and I love it. I know there's, like, the Vincent Sephiroth or this Vincent Sid ship and everything. You know, that could be it. He could be bi. But he just gives straight man vibes to me. We've watched Advent Children. He doesn't know how to use a cell phone. He doesn't answer the phone or pick up the phone. You know what I mean? Like, classic straight guy shit. Like, he's who Sabrina Carpenter made the song Man-Child about, where she's like, your phone is dead. No, you just forgot to charge it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's, yeah. And he's emo. I think he's committed to the bit in the same way that Genesis is, where he's emo-sexual. Like, he's never gonna have Lucrezia. That's all he wanted. You know, he's a straight man, and I believe that he just... Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Oh, we're establishing. Yeah, I got Square Enix on this live stream right now. All right, we're gonna go with Tifa. Tifa, easy, bisexual. I don't think Tifa knew she was bisexual until she met Aerith, but I don't think she's in the closet anymore. I think Tifa was like, yeah, I'm straight, I'm into Cloud, I'm into men, and then Aerith batted her pretty eyelashes, and Tifa was like, oh my god, whoa. And I think that's Aerith's effect on most people, to be completely fair. I think that she... Again, I think she's not in the closet anymore. I think once they left Midgar and were on their journeys together, I feel like Aerith, like, had a really open talk with her, being like, hey, Tifa, it's okay. And Tifa was like, yeah, maybe it is okay, Aerith. And they smooched a little bit, you know what I mean? But she's into Cloud, she's into Aerith. I believe that, again, Tifa is similar to Zack in the way that she's all about love. She's about loving people. She's about, like... You know, regardless of who you are, how you identify, she's like, yeah, yeah. And then Aerith is also gonna go in the bisexual. Actually, I'm gonna make a new row for Aerith. Hold on. Aerith is gonna go in the chaotic bisexual section because it's Ellie, right? You're right. I believe that she's a bisexual, but I believe she's also a problem and a threat. You know what I mean? I think that absolutely bi. You know what I mean? She sings the bye bye bye, but it's like her pride song. She loves men. She loves women. She loves they thems. I think Aerith is like kind of about the experience. You know, it's funny because Aerith's so open. I to like call myself up, but I relate to her because she seems so open, but then she's very closed actually. She's like, okay, ha ha ha, I'm actually freaked out, don't get too involved with me. You know, it's hard for her to actually be vulnerable even though she's so out in the open, which is why I think it's easier for her to flirt and get into kind of situations, but when it comes to the emotional part, she really needs a partner who's gonna like help her to open up and feel safe and let her have a little bit of a breakdown, you know? I do think she's into Cloud and Zack and Tifa and maybe even more, okay? I believe she's a little freak, all right? But I think she has more emotional reserves than other people. But yeah, chaotic bisexual, flirts with anybody, down for most things. I don't think she's poly. I think she might be for the Cloud and Tifa triangle. I think that she would be maybe into that, but um I think she wants one person to really love and to cherish her, that she can love and cherish, because it is hard for her to open up. Yeah, healer in the streets, freaking the sheets. Omega gets it. Omega gets it. All right. Oh, God. Who is this guy again? He's the guy. Oh, we're taking him out. I don't give a fuck about this guy. All right. Barrett. God. Barrett, I think, is also a straight man. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with him being a straight man. I just believe that he likes women. I believe that he, in college, you know, they out there, he, like, you know, like someone hit on him and he was like, whoa! But he gave it a chance and he was like, no, I'm actually not. You know, he's open-minded. He's accepting, but he's not as, like, into it. He knows he likes women, you know. He had a partner who he loved, and then, you know, and then now he's got Marlene, and I just feel like he's a straight guy. You know what I mean? He's an ally. He's an ally for sure. Might be even demi-romantic. You know what I mean? Like, he can't fall in love again without that strong emotional connection. I could see that as well. But I definitely see, yeah, I see him as straight. So, Kelly, damn, Katie! Yeah, all right! Ah! Healer in the streets, freaking the sheets. Don Corneo is, I think, I want to say questioning or bi. I don't think he's questioning anymore. I think he questioned for a minute. He questioned for 1 second when Cloud undressed, but then he was like, whoa, I'm really into this. Don Corneo thought he was straight his whole life. Don Corneo was only into women until Cloud Strife. A very common Cloud Strife experience. Cloud is that guy, TM. But I do think that he's bi now. I think Don Corneo is 100% out, and, like, wherever he is now in the world of Midgar, he's out there and he's, like, looking for men and women. But he's only into scrawny twinks. Okay? He's not into buff guys, not into bears. He's only into scrawny twinks. Cloud Strife. You know, he's got a type, you know what I mean? You hear all of us. You heal us every week, and we've all seen how you are with Axel. Thanks. I just can't help it. I can't help it. I love him. I can't help it. All right. God. Aerith's mom. I'm going to say Aerith's mom is straight gay. Straight gay, that's not right. No, is just straight up gay, I should say. I believe, no, she was married to a man, wasn't she? I'm going to say questioning then. I'm going to say that she loved her husband so much. You know, he was lost in the war. Very tragic, very sad. But I think that, like, one of the reasons she's never been able to move on is because she's kind of, like, into women. You know what I mean? And now she's got Aerith, and that's kind of how she moved on. I think she has a lesbian lover in town. I think that her and this lesbian lover in town both are, you know, both are, they're keeping it on the down low. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the kindergarten school orphanage teacher lady. Could be that lady. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think she's got a low down lesbian relationship. You know, but, like, they both have their own life commitments. Brisk died at war. Yeah, Brisk was her husband, actually. Brisk went to fight in the Wutai War. And he died. He died at war. He was married to Aerith's mom. Actually, fun fact about Editor Brisk, most people don't know, he was married before. You know, it's actually crazy. I'm dropping a lot of Brisk lore today. But yeah, look, now they're together again. So, Editor Brisk, can I get a heart between these guys? Thank you. Editor Brisk lore is wild. All right. I gotta go with Johnny. I'm also gonna go with chaotic bisexual for Johnny. Johnny and Aerith, you know what I mean? Johnny, again, kind of falls into, no, I'm gonna put him in questioning, maybe. Questioning or chaotic bisexual, because I do think Johnny has a lean towards women, but I do believe Johnny, like, again, would be like down. You know what I mean? Johnny just needs to be needed. He wants to be wanted. He needs to be cared for and appreciated. And he has a big heart. He wants to give it to someone. And a big you get it. I don't know. Chaotic questioning. I could see questioning, though, for a couple of reasons. One, he's very confused. You know, as a dude, he's very, very confused. He doesn't seem to know what's going on ever. Really, he's swindled a lot. So he's questioning that way, and the way he's questioning life. And I also think, God, what the fuck is this stream? I also think that he's questioning because he would be down. You know what I mean? Like, for a pretty boy, a pretty girl. Yeah. Okay, we'll put Brisk in the middle. Brisk, congratulations. This is your boyfriend, this is your girlfriend, so your wife, and you're dead. That's how it goes sometimes. Who do we want to do next? Chat, who should we do next? Let's go with President Shinra. Rufus Shinra. The cat, Catchy? Chaotic bisexual. Easy. If you don't know who Ketchi is, you know, then spoilers, look it up. But absolutely chaotic bisexual. I would actually, no, actually, we're making a new category. Fuck. We're making a new category again. All right, hold on. What color haven't we used? All right. Oh my God, I can't see. Where did it go? Oh no, I'm hitting the wrong button. Okay, we'll make this like a lighter gray so we can see it. He's environment sexual. He gets off to the environment. You know, he's all about, like, you plant a tree and he's like, yes! You bike to work, he's like, yes! You know what I mean? He's all about saving the environment. I think that, like, it's kind of like Genesis, where Genesis is Shakespeare sexual. You know what I mean? Like, Catchy and Reeve would do what needed to be done to protect the environment. And that's just a fact. Okay, I think Rufus Shinra... God, I got such a long list here. Rufus Shinra, I feel like is just straight up gay. You know what I mean? And the reason I think he's just gay versus bi or questioning or poly, have you seen his dogs? You know? Like, I don't know. It just speaks to me. He's you know what I mean? He just gives gay vibes. I believe that, like, he's got an arranged marriage because of who he is and the role he plays in Shinra and the company. But I believe he's a gay man. Wow, look at him and Sephiroth up there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, getting to the end here. Isn't it Elrene or Elrena? Yeah, Elrena. I haven't seen her in a minute. My bad. Elrena, I'm gonna say is, I'm leaning towards straight, but I'm also leaning towards Arrow Ace. I think I'm gonna go with Arrow Ace for Elrena because, again, she's all about the work. You know what I mean? I believe she has a lot of love in her, but she just doesn't have that, like, romantic or sexual attractions going on. You know what I mean? She's dedicated to, like, you know, maybe she saves cats or something. Or, like, you know what I mean? She's traveling a lot. She's always on the road. She's always got somewhere to be. I think that, like, she just doesn't feel those things. You know what I mean? She just has never had that sexual or romantic attraction, and she's okay with it. She's our positive Arrow Ace representation, whereas Hojo's our negative Arrow Ace representation. Yeah, I that's what I think. I think she's Arrow Ace, and I think she just never had that, and she's okay with it. She's come to terms with it. You know what I mean? She's never yearned for it, so she's like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I believe, oh God. Hold on, we gotta make a new category. We gotta make a new category! Alright, hold on, let me get a color. And we're gonna make it like this white color, and we're gonna say, this is gonna be the asexual category. This is just asexual. Because I think that Sung is asexual. I think Sung is asexual 100%. I think Sung feels romantic attraction, but I do think he's just full asexual. I don't think he has those needs or desires. Because obviously we know he's in love with Aerith, right? He's been in love with Aerith for a long time. But I do think, besides the professional aspect and everything going on, I think one of the reasons he's never really acted on that or made a move is because he's asexual. And obviously she's a freak in the sheets, and I think he's intimidated by that. I think he wants her. I think he loves her, but I think that, like, he doesn't want her that way. Like, he would, like, wife her up, but, like, he's just not, he's not interested, he'd do it, maybe, but, like, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong, though, because he is really in love with Aerith, and it is really creepy sometimes. He is pretty creepy. And that is indicative behavior of a straight man. You know what I mean? Like, to be little stalkery, little sniffing things, So I don't know. But, I'm going to stick with asexual because I do think that... I think he's asexual. I do. I'm just going to... How many categories do we start with? God, I don't even know. How many are we at? We're at too many categories. Scarlet, for sure, is a mean lesbian. And I won't be taking notes. Scarlet's a mean lesbian. She doesn't even want anything to do with men, even as friends. She works with them because she has to, but she only likes women. And she wants women who want women. But she's specifically really judgmental. Like, if you're in your experimental stage as a lesbian or like a bisexual, like, I don't know, she's like, don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. I believe she has a bunch of bitches on, like, speed dial. I mean, look at her. I mean, you know what I mean? That love her, and maybe they want a committed relationship from her, but she's not that person. God. What can I and can I not say on stream? She wants the physical and the admiration, I think she respects women and doesn't respect men, which we see because she literally uses men as footstools. Here's what I believe. I believe she sees men as, like, dirt, you know what I mean? As little, like, gremlins. As, like, what Gollum looks like in Lord of the Rings? That's what all men look like to her. And that's why she uses them as, like, footstools and serving trays and boss them around. I believe that she wants a pretty princess girlfriend. She wants a needy, demanding, pretty princess girlfriend who she can spoil. Because she's like, yes, you deserve that, girl, queen, pussy boss. Yeah. It's very different. And everyone's like, whoa, Scarlett's like, why you're so, like, generous with her. You're so, you know what I mean? That's Scarlett's, like, person. I don't know if Scarlett really loves her as much as that's Scarlett's, like, trophy girlfriend. And then the girlfriend, Scarlett is the girlfriend's sugar mama. But it works for both of them. Because both of them are not emotionally available. You know what I mean? But what they have going on, they're both enjoying. Sid also strikes me as straight man. I could be wrong. You could argue with me here. He just gets straight man vibes. You know what I mean? I don't really have a good argument here. I don't really have a good reason except that he just seems straight. Again, I know there's lots of, ships out there and everything, but, like, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see him. I can see him hitting on a woman. I can see him going out of his way to be, you know what I mean? But I don't know that I see... I think if a man approached him, he'd be like, whoa! But he'd think about it. But he wouldn't do it. He's got other priorities. He's got a ship. He's married to his ship. Hold on. We should make another category. Because we're just doing that. Add a row below. He's ship sexual. I think that's what it is. He only cares about his ship. I think he had his one great love. He had his one great love. He'd be honored for the thought. He had his one great love. It was good. He enjoyed it. It was a great time for him. named his ship after her, and now all he cares about is that ship. And you know what I mean? And like, people have probably hit on him because he's eligible bachelor, but he's like, no, this is where my focus is. Red 13. I think. Red 13 is questioning. Congratulations, Editor Brisk. Can we get a Let's Go Pro Gamers in the chat for Editor Brisk, who has a husband, a wife, and a dog? My God, Editor Brisk, we're making you a whole family here. Yeah, I think Red 13 is questioning. For many reasons. One, he's the only one of his species that he knows of. Two, there's a lot of stuff going on out here. You know what I mean? Three, is there a third thing? I think I don't think he's had a chance to think about what his sexuality is versus just how to survive and where he's going to go. And he's going to live for a long time. And is there anyone like him out there? You know what I mean? So I'm going to say, yeah, he's baby. He's questioning. Maybe not even questioning. He's just not thinking. There hasn't been that moment where he's been like, yeah, I should stop and think about this. There's been no time, you know? So I think that's it. Oh, that's Cloud's mom. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. This is Aerith's mom. No, this is Cloud's mom. No, that's Cloud's. This is Aerith's mom. I lied. Hey, Editor Brisk, can you change this so it was Aerith's mom the entire time and not Cloud's mom, so I don't look like a fucking idiot? Thanks, Editor Brisk. Thank you, Editor Brisk. Cloud's mom is closeted. Closeted bisexual. That's the only way she could have had. They're just sex empty. Yeah, exactly. I think that we should have Cloud is if she was a bisexual. I think that, you know, that's how it happened. That's how it worked. She was with a man, obviously. She had no preference either way. So she was, you know, happy. And lastly, I think we gotta make a new category. I think Yuffie is materiasexual. I'm leaning between if she would be bi or straight, but I think it's about the materia for her. We are living in a materia world, and she is a materia girl. I think that, and she's also young, you know what I mean? She doesn't really have an interest in, like, that kind of stuff at this point. You know what I mean? She's got shit to do. You know? She's got shit to do. Yeah, I think that she doesn't have an interest. Maybe she's Arrow Ace, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if she's materiasexual / Arrow / Ace. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if that was also how she's presenting, because I feel like she thinks it's just gonna happen and it'll happen when it happens, but she's not putting that much thought into it, at least at this point. But she's definitely into the materia, and she would, you know, if you're like, I'll give you some materia if you kiss me, she'd like, I don't care who you are, I'll kiss you, I want that materia. You know what I mean? I think that's where we're at. So this is our list. Man, look at this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the full list. It's beautiful. Okay, we got our straight guys, Vincent and Barrett. We got our gays, Sephiroth, Rufus, Shinra, and Scarlet. We got Cloud, who's our closeted bi-ace demi person. We've got our bisexuals, Zach Fair, Tifa, and Don Corneo. Our arrow aces with Hojo and Elrina. Our asexuals with Sung. Our polyamorous people with Jesse, Biggs, Wedge, and Rude. Our questioning people with Johnny, Editor Brisk, Aerith's mom, and Red 13. Our closeted poly open relationship with Reno. Our Shakespeare sexual with Genesis. Our closeted with Angel and Cloud's mom. Our chaotic bisexual and Aerith. Our environment sexual with Kachi. Our ship sexual with Sid. And our materia sexual / Arrow / Ace with Yuffie. I really feel like, guys, I feel like we did it. We really did it today. Wow. I'm proud of us. I feel like we made a difference in the world. You know, like, they say be the change you want to see, and this is it. This is amazing. This is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever created. You know, I do think that's, oh, I love it. Well, thank you for joining me today, guys. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Oh wait, we could still go into the Hamilton cast if we wanted to, but I do think that, like, I think Genesis has to be, I think Angeal has to be Aaron Burr and Genesis has to be Hamilton. Where does that put Sephiroth? Is he George Washington? Round of applause for the Final Fantasy characters being so diverse. I know, Square Enix ahead of their time. You know what I mean? Square's ahead of their time. Yeah, who would Sephiroth be in that? That's what I gotta figure out. We got Aaron Burr, wait for it, Angeal. We got not throwing away my shot, Genesis. Maybe Sephiroth's Thomas Jefferson. You know, he's flamboyant. And he gets in everyone's way. Yeah, okay. Okay. Wait, how do I rank this? Hold on. What do I do here? I think, wait, I'm going to bring up a Word doc. We're bringing up a Word doc right now. Let's see if I can get it to capture on the screen. Hold for tech. This could be a bonus end credit scene, Editor Brisk. Okay, we're gonna capture Notepad. All right. Can everyone see that? It's kind of small. I don't see it. Oh, that's why. There we go. I gotta resize it. Hold for resizing. Hold for resizing. Hold for scuff. All right. Genesis strikes you. Wait a minute. What? Genesis strikes you as an Eliza? I'm gonna call you crazy. Hold on. I need you to. Okay, Hamilton characters. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that, Jan. That's I don't even know what to say about that. How do I make the font bigger on this thing? Maybe I can't. Oh God. Edit. View. All right. Not my problem right now. Okay. All the Hamilton characters. No elaboration? Yeah, no, that man. Yeah, I agree with Fen. Okay. We got Hamilton. We got. No, just give me the list. The list. Aaron Burr. We've got. Oh my God, they're giving me all the people in. We got Angelica. Schuyler. Charles Lee. Yeah, for sure we gotta have a Charles Lee in there. This is like a history one. No, this is the musical theater one. I'm so confused. They're giving me characters I don't care about, that I don't know about. We got Eliza, Hamilton, Schuyler. She was a Schuyler sister first. Let's see. George Eaker. George Washington. A lot of Georges here. King George. Yeah, the third. Hercules Mulligan. We've got James Reynolds. I'm casting this whole show, you guys. I need someone to make this happen. John Adams, kind of an off-screen character, but still relevant to the plot. James Madison. Yeah, we got King George III. Mariah Reynolds. Lafayette. Peggy. Who's the French guy? Yeah, this Lafayette. Peggy. That name is always so hard for me to spell. Philip. Hamilton. Good God. We get Peggy? Yeah, we got Peggy already. Samuel Seabury. Do we have Thomas Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson. I think that's it. I think we've got everyone. No, who was his friend? Oh shoot. No. God, hold on. Hamilton, 3 friends. I'm missing one of them. John Lawrence, duh. I mean, he dies, but John Lawrence. All right. I think we got a good. Put some spaces in between here to make it clearer. Editor Brisk, what I'm gonna want you to do, because I love you, is I think it's gonna be a separate video. Maybe this could be a separate bonus video. We'll see. You can decide. If this video is going too long, it's gonna be its own separate video. Casting the Final Fantasy characters as Hamilton in Hamilton. This is important to me. Luffy doesn't die, but he just disappears, and then he's replayed by someone else. Editor Brisk, can we get a preemptive Let's Go Pro Gamer for Editor Brisk for doing this preemptively? I'm gonna want you to put like a picture of the character from Hamilton and the picture of the character from Final Fantasy VII up here. Thank you. So we said Hamilton is Genesis, Aaron Burr is Angeal. We got Thomas Jefferson as Sephiroth, right? Now again, we're gonna reiterate this, so you have to cut from the beginning of the video. Genesis is not throwing my shot. He's busy. He's causing problems. He's writing essays. He's making drama. He's a shit poster, right? Which is what Hamilton would be in today's day and age. So I think that Genesis is Hamilton. He's ambitious to a fault. I think Angeal is Aaron Burr of wait for it. Wait for it, your honor, do the right thing, you know what I mean? And I think that Thomas Jefferson Sephiroth, that is Alexander Hamilton's really true foe. Aaron Burr is his frenemy throughout it, but Thomas Jefferson is his true foe throughout this entire experience. That's the only one who really takes him down. And I believe that Genesis could never beat Sephiroth. And in the way, Thomas Jefferson became president, and Alexander Hamilton did not. I should put his first name there, probably. I guess he could have a first name. I just put Hamilton. You know who I'm talking about. So I believe that's why. I'm done the Genesis Eliza Hill. Yeah, you can stop screaming the letter. Sephiroth can't act. Yeah. He's a random tree in the... Yeah. His father is in the apartment, exactly. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, this is so hard. Those are the only ones I know at this moment that I'm like, yes, that's them. I think that... Hold on, I'm going to move this to this monitor so that way I can see my list of characters. Oh, except that there's ads blocking all of them. Yeah, 5 minutes of characters. I think... This is hard. This is important, though. This is an important thing that we do. Hear me out? I'm hearing. I'm listening. I'm listening. My ears are open. Oh, Mega, that's so sad! What the fuck? Who hurt you? Who? But you're right. Because also, John Lawrence is... This is spelled wrong. John Lawrence is the one who is like, I want to help people, I want to free people. He's also a little freak, as we know. And he dies because he's trying to do the right thing even in the end when they already won the war. So I feel like, yeah, Aerith would play John Lawrence for sure. I feel like Eliza kind of has to be Tifa. Are we getting Eliza vibes from Tifa as well? Or am I totally off there? You know what I mean? Eliza Tifa just feels right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the bullet, duh. Thank you, Katie. And I think that Yuffie is Peggy. And Peggy. You know what I mean? Like she's along for the ride. No, I think Peggy's too passive for Yuffie. Peggy's too passive for Yuffie. Yeah, okay, we'll come back to that. I would say Yuffie would be karaoke! Oh my god. All right, Katie, Give me 3 songs, and chat will vote on what karaoke song we're doing. Rory requested it? Okay, Rory, what songs? 3 songs? Chat will pick. I'm still gonna think hard about this. Ooh, I was thinking Yuffie is Lafayette as well. Yuffie's definitely Lafayette, you know what I mean? Yeah. How you say anarchy? Yeah. Like the hard. Yeah. God, you're so right, Fen. Guys, I'm so glad we're doing this together. This is like the weirdest thing I've ever done on a stream, and I'm loving every second of it. We need to do more of these. Where'd all my tabs go? Oh my God, I lost. There we go. Yeah. Yuffie Lafayette. I mean, hit Oreo? Oh, that's okay. We can hit Oreo. Let me go get some Oreo. We can do Oreo instead for sure. Oreo? She's right. Where are you? You in the hallway? Oh. Please hold. My mom is eating, which means she's begging for food right now. Oh, little baby. Hi, little baby. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rory. Rory, Oreo loves you so much. We got a nice Oreo cam going on here. Oreo, you're so sweet. Oh, what was that? The little head. Let me get your face for you. Is your face itchy? Is your face itchy? I got you. And actually, you redeemed her at the right time because I can't really see because she's really high. She needs to get groomed. She's gonna get groomed this week. She got a brand new collar, a brand new pretty girl collar from the store. Yes, because her other one was very dirty. She's very, very dirty. So we got a brand new collar for the baby. Hi, everybody. Does anybody have anything they'd like to, any messages I can pass on to the little baby for them? Anything I can say to baby for them? Ellie says you're a precious baby. And it's true, you are a precious little baby. You're the goodest bean. Omega thinks you're the goodest bean. And look at her. Belly slaps. Yeah, there we go. Pat. She knows she's going to get a treat. A treat? You can see, actually, she has her eye appointment coming up in July. You can see the milkiness of her eyes kind of now. She's really losing most of her eyesight right now. Which is sad, but she's doing a really good job. She's taking it in stride, which I'm really proud of her for. Rory says, I love you, Oreo. You got a cough. That's a good sign. That's how she says I love you back. All right. Let's get you something to eat. Your favorite pastime, eating. And then we gotta get back to Hamilton. I'll give you one of these. How's this? Yeah. Happy. Thank you for the Oreo redeem. I love that you guys love her because I love her so much. I'm obsessed with her. You guys already know that. But so I love when she also gets to be included into these things. All right. Where were we? We just put Yuffie as Lafayette. Where's Cloud gonna be? Would Cloud be Peggy? I feel like Cloud would be Peggy, where he's like along for the ride. It doesn't have a lot of agency in me, but he's like happy to be there sometimes at other times. Yeah, I'm gonna say Cloud is Peggy. Cloud is Peggy for sure. Big Peggy energy. Complains the whole time, but does it. You know? Woo! Everything's okay. Then who would Vincent be? I think Vincent Valentine. Oh, I think James Madison is Vincent Valentine. You know? Like the you know what I mean? The guy who's coughing in Act 2 all the time, very serious. You know what I mean? But Vincent could also be Death pretty easily. Hercules Mulligan's easy. Barrett. Big bold energy. You know what I mean? That's just a given. Genesis. There we go. I got this. I know what I'm doing. All right. Who else is in the main crew? We got Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie, Vincent, Sid. What'd Sid be? Who would be King George? You know what I mean? Would that be Rufus Shinra? I feel like it would. Da 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 da. Like I feel like that's very Rufus Shinra Washington. Yeah, Rufus Shinra Washington. That's not how you spell it. Is it Rufus? Rufus? Yeah, Rufus. Rufus Shinra for sure. For sure. Oh, okay. Mariah Reynolds is Reno. And then James Reynolds, who extorts Hamilton, is Rude, but they were in on it together. Where, like, you know, Rude's like, you can keep seeing my whore wife if the price is right. And Reno's whore. As we know. So, I think that's where they're Mariah and James Reynolds for sure. God, George Washington, that's a big one. George Washington. We gotta have somebody who's like, I'm looking at my list over here. Oh, Lazard! I could see that. I could see director Lazard for sure. That's a great pick. Where's my L's? How does he spell his name? Yeah, it's Lazard. Where was I? Yeah. Or alternatively, I could see it as Reeve. I could see this as Reeve. You know, one last time. Doing the right thing. I might go with Reeve. Reeve / cat furry man. Yeah, I think that's what I gotta go with, Reeve. I think Reeve for sure. Angelica Schuyler. I get Angelica vibes maybe from Jessie. You know, Jessie. Would be Zach Fair. I think Philip Hamilton is Zach Fair because he goes to bat for a reason that maybe is wrong, but he believes in his dad so much. You know what I mean? He believes what he's told, and he wants it to be true bad enough that he, you know, Philip Hamilton, he's gonna defend his dad with honor. He's a little bit scared, a little bit freaked out, but he's gonna do it. Let's see, who else do we have here? We did Reno, we did Rude. Who would be Angelica? My name is Angelica Schuyler. Maybe Jessie. Jessie has kind of Angelica vibes. You know? Like, yeah. I'm gonna go with Jessie, because Jessie's kind of, you know, got that flirtiness, but also she's ride or die. Let's see. John Adams, who they're like doesn't have a real job anyway. Who's that guy, Palmer? He'd be Palmer for sure. Let's see. Who else do we got? Samuel Seabury. He's the guy who comes in and he's like, please, the king says this and you better listen to him. Please listen to the king. Who would that be? Who's like totally brainwashed? Maybe Sung, actually. I think Sung's totally brainwashed. I'm a little bit of a Sung hater right now. Bullet Betrayal. Oh, I like that. Because it's passed on. Everyone dies. I'm kind of a Sung hater, so you can I'm sure you can tell that. But I feel like Sung is the one who's like, he knows it's wrong, but he's doing it anyway. You know? Yeah. Okay, so we got George Eaker, who's the guy who shoots Zach Fair. And Charles Lee, I'm gonna say Charles Lee is Hojo. Because Hojo is the one who, like, shits the bed at the Battle of Mom, you know what I mean? Like, he's a problem. And then George Eaker, God. Who do we have left in the Shinra Corporation? Maybe that could be Hollander. How do you spell Hollander? Hollander, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Yeah, I'd say Hollander. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Now presenting Hamilton, performed by the cast of Final Fantasy VII. Alexander Hamilton, played by Genesis. Aaron Burr, played by Angeal. Angelica Schuyler, played by Jessie. Charles Lee, played by Hojo. Eliza Hamilton by Tifa. George Eaker by Hollander. George Washington by Reeve. King George III by Rufus Shinra. Hercules Mulligan by Barrett. James Reynolds by Rude. John Adams as Palmer. John Lawrence as Aerith. James Madison as Vincent. Mariah Reynolds as Reno. Lafayette as Yuffie. Peggy Schuyler as Cloud. Philip Hamilton as Zach Fair. Samuel Seabury as Sung. Thomas Jefferson as Sephiroth. And the Bullet as the Buster Sword. This was a bonus. I didn't think we'd get to this today. Note for Editor Brisk, if you don't want to make this a separate video, it wasn't as exciting. You could just, like, as the end credit happens, you could just skip to this part where it's them with their next to each other, you know, like, this is the cast we decided on. Maybe some good bits. I don't know. You're the editor, Brisk. You're the one who makes the decision. You're the one who's married to a man and a woman and you have a dog and you're questioning, okay? I'm not going to pretend that I understand the way your mind works. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it flow. So this was a lot of fun. Oh my god. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. This was you know, I tried something new and I think we should definitely keep doing this. Maybe like every other month we do a ranking, I'm thinking. I also think the next one should be ranking the Animal Crossing characters based on who is most likely to call you a slur. Because I think that some of them are assholes and we need to call them out on it, you know? I think that could be fun. It could be, we could do the Heartless Smasher Pass. We could do, I mean, there's so much we could do. I have literally a list. If you have suggestions of things I should rank, put them in the chat. Put them in the Discord. I will write them down. This was fun. I also thought I'll be done in 10 minutes, but no, this was like a nice, we really took up some time doing this. That was nice. My inspirational speech of the week is, how do I phrase this? You made it hard that nobody special pass? Yeah. How do I phrase this? My inspirational speech of the week is, I lost it. I have ADHD. Be kind to yourself. You will make mistakes. You will. You're human. You will fuck up and you will hurt people, and you, even if you have the best intentions, you know, people will hurt you. As I've said this many times, it doesn't matter what happens when someone messes up. It matters what happens, what they do when they mess up, and that includes you. You will mess up. You will hurt people. That is part of life. Take accountability. Try. Baby steps. All right, this week, Kingdom Hearts 2 Sir video is coming. The Mega of Kingdom Hearts 2 with Tetsuya Nomura. It is 20 minutes long because that is a long game. That'll be out Wednesday, and then Saturday we'll be back with more Crisis Core. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next